So this is a Ford Bronco model I've been working on for a little bit. As you can see, the kind of paint job I was going for is like a the old trucks that have been like buried inside the kind of abandoned, left in like a forest, and just stuff starts to grow all over them, and they get all like dirty and rusted out and covered in grass. This is the move this Revel 1/25th scale Ford Bronco model, 1966 to 1977, I believe. But you might notice something. Chassis here, the body's staying up, and it's got wheels on it. Well, then what's up with that? Turning this into an RC. Alright, now, this chassis here, the actual chassis is from the, I think, Horizon Hobby ECX Barrage, the 1/24th scale model, which did work, or works pretty good as a crawler. I have the body, if you hear manning, that's my cat, right here, and as you can see, it can, well, if this back kind of honcho cage were part of the body, it could probably fit over the Bronco. It is much bigger than it, and designed, or used to be designed, to fit this chassis. Now, it isn't anymore. And one of the main things was the axles. Here's one I kind of have disassembled to show the differential. These things are super wide, and the tires were huge, so obviously they're not going to fit on the Bronco. So I had to go with the wheels and tires that it came with. And then for the axles, which is actually something that I'm surprised worked out, if you can recognize them, these are the 1/32 scale axles from the Orlando Hunter Jeep, which actually work really well as a 1/25th scale crawler axle. I have to put the suspension on. I have the 2-link in the front. I'm going to do leaf springs in the back. Obviously, I have to lift up the chassis so that it's not just kind of dragging on top of the axles. I have them all connected, and the wheels and tires are just screwed onto it. I wasn't about to put a nut through these. These are really nice chrome wheels. And then, there are a few big things I have to do. Obviously, one, the suspension. Getting all the electronics mounted in will be pretty easy. I'm not going to use, hopefully not going to permanently use this this ESC receiver box, because the transmitter reminds me way too much of the cheap military truck, WPL transmitter with a little bit more knobs. And steering doesn't feel great. The throttle is also not great. It's pretty cheap. But what do you expect for a truck that's $99 or $100? So I'm going to hopefully be swapping this out for like a real ESC and receiver. I can just use, I have like a spare redcat and Fly Sky. So I'll probably use one of these. And then, alright, so suspension, then we also have to get the body mounted. The wheelbase is not perfect, but I had to trim down the rear axle, like, aggressively. So that is not going to get that wheelbase any shorter, so I'm just going to have to live with the rear being a little bit farther back than I'd like it to. I am definitely going to have it sit in the body. That looks, like, incredible. If I find a way to get this standing up. Improvised floor jack under here. It's not quite on the center of balance. That's good enough. And to get the body on, you can see that even on the box, these kind of rear wheels are seated inside the body, and I just love that like kind of 60s, 70s effect. As for the paint scheme, I kind of modeled it after the Baja, or the Bronco, the Baja Bronco, with red, white, and blue. Red, white, blue. Wheel is white. I left the license plate on. Let's say that this was abandoned in, I think that expired in 1985. So yeah. Then as for the chassis and interior of the model, I just did them up, as it says in the instructions. This chassis is, as a review of the Ford Bronco, this chassis is really nice. I don't have it like all the parts in. There's kind of the this air filter. I'm not sure what this is. That I haven't put in. It's still working. It's still a work in progress. But yeah, that's it for that. And I was also thinking, like, I do want to have the body removable so that if I wanted to, I could pop the interior into it and kind of seat it on top of this whole chassis thing. Obviously with the I'd like to be able to take off the wheels and kind of pin them in to have a model that this can turn into. But I doubt that's going to happen. And anyway, it's going to be it. Little first look at this RC 1 to 25th scale Ford Bronco project, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.